Hey everyone, GlamGaud here. I'm back with another video. Today's video will be my first hair makeup tutorial, so let's go ahead and get started into it. First thing you guys are going to need in order to get your mermaid hair is some hair in the color 613. You're going to need some Peroxide, number 10. The colors I used were by Adore. I used Emerald and Baby Blue. That's the emerald, and the other one is the baby blue. You're also going to need a tint brush so you can place the color on the hair. Again, it's important that the hair you get is a 613. You're going to need a color bowl and a spoon. Make sure it's plastic, not metal, and make sure your bowl is plastic and not metal. It will interfere with the color. And a measuring scoop, and that comes inside of bleach. That's the one I'm using in this video. Alright, so basically to start, you want to go ahead and get all your stuff ready. I'm going to be using emerald to start off with. Make sure you have gloves too. I only had one, so that's why you see one. Make sure you shake all of your ingredients to begin with so everything is well mixed. And for this, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be mixing all of your ingredients in equal parts. And what that means is if you use, say for instance, 1 cup of color, you're going to use 1 cup of peroxide. And the reason why I'm using peroxide is because it's white, and that's what's going to make the color be pastel. You can also use conditioner. I'm using peroxide because this is what I use to make sure that my hair doesn't bleed. And I use it so that my hair stays more permanent, because I am using it on extensions, so it isn't necessary for it to just be able to wash out very easily. So take your spoon, mix it all together until it's all evenly mixed. Oh, and I'm talking to my brother in this video. I had him help me because, you know, 2 hands, really 4 hands are better than just 2. So he will be helping me in this video. That's the other person you're going to see. Alright, so right now we kind of fast forwarded along here. What you're going to do is, I'm using 3 colors on my hair. What you're going to do is you're going to take your tint brush and you're going to put the first color on the beginning of the hair and start to brush it downwards. Now, an important thing that I want to point out here is that with the brush, which I'm about to do in a second, with the brush, what you need to do in order to make sure that your hair does not have a distinct line of demarcation is to turn the brush vertically. You see how we're using it horizontally? What you want to do is to move the color on the hair down vertically. That's what's going to create a more blended color and a more blended effect. So you won't have a block of this dark blue, a block of a lighter blue, and another block of another color. So like I'm doing there, just take your brush vertically and just kind of make some striations going downwards. And then what you're going to do is take your hair and flip it over so you can get the other side saturated. Make sure you have down either a plastic tablecloth, or I used foil for this video. I didn't have enough foil, clearly, but it worked. And you don't want to skip this part, and you do not want to double up your hair to just make it go along faster, because it will end up being splotchy in some areas if you don't evenly saturate the hair front to back. Alright, so this is what it's going to look like once you do both sides. And now I've mixed the second color, which is the baby blue, and I put equal parts of peroxide and equal parts of the color. Mix it around. And this is going to be my lighter color. So we have the darker color, which is emerald, and now we're applying the lighter color. And I just tested it with the spoon to see how it would look, because I wasn't sure with what kind of color I wanted, so I just kind of made it on the spot. So you're going to go ahead and place the color just like you did the first one. Only now what you're going to do, which you'll see me do in a second, is take that lighter color and you're going to go over the dark color and then go downwards. This again is going to make the whole piece come together a little bit more well blended. It's always better to put the light on the dark and not the dark on the light, if that makes any sense. it's less noticeable than if you would have put the darker color onto the lighter color. And you're going to do the same thing when you end the second color. You're going to turn your brush vertically to make those blended striations going downwards. And then as you see, we're stopping just about a little bit towards the ends, just so the tips will be a lighter color. And just for just as a disclaimer, the third color that I will be using on the ends, I'm actually going to be making that color. I only used 2 different colors, but my third color, I made it on my own. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. And I didn't want to speed this video up because I wanted you to see kind of like the motions that I'm going through and the technique that I'm using, so that you will get a well blended color. I hate seeing hair where it's like, you know, an ombre color or any kind of color and you're using more than one and it's not blended well and it's just like a block of color. I really hate it. I've even seen some people with hair like that and they've gotten it done professionally. And it's really not hard to do at all. So this is what it's going to look like. It may look like it's blocked right now, but trust me, it isn't. So we flip the hair over to do the backside on this part. And again, you'll see me kind of going upwards onto that darker color and then going down with the brush still vertically. And that's what's blending those colors together. And it's okay if you get some of the color onto the ends because it will still work together as far as the blending process goes. Okay, so this is me making the third color. What I used was the baby blue, and what I used was just a quarter size amount of the baby blue and maybe a whole blue scoop of the peroxide to make this color that I'm going to be using for the ends. And that's the mint color that you'll see in a second. And again, the white peroxide is just specifically for letting the hair sit, the color, that's specifically for letting the color sit in the hair. And it's going to make it kind of be permanent inside of the hair. And it also helps the color become more pastel. So that's what the color is going to look like. And that's what I'm showing you, that I only used a small amount of color and I used a bigger amount of peroxide to make my pastel color. Again, you can use conditioner. Substitute the peroxide for conditioner. So as you can see, it's starting to look a little green on the ends, which is the color I just made, and I absolutely love it. I'm so smart. I literally just thought about it on the spot. So you're gonna, for the ends, this part really doesn't matter because you're at the ends anyway, so you're just gonna just splatter this all on. Again, go into the darker color a little bit and then work your way downwards. Make sure you get this part heavily saturated because this is a lighter color, and what'll happen is when you go to wash it out and shampoo it out, it'll literally not take because it's so light because you used a lot of peroxide. And that's basically all you have to do for those colors. And you can see it a little bit more here. You can see the different colors going into each other a lot more in the light here. One thing I do want to point out is the hair bundle that I'm using right now is a 14-inch and a 16-inch. So as you can see right here, these are the two 18 inches that I just did the darker color and the mint color on. These other bundles here, I did all 3 colors on, and that's because those are the shorter bundles that are going to be showing the most, and the longer bundles didn't really matter. Okay guys, so this is the end result. As you can see, my leave out for my install is just the darker blue that I used in the video, and then you can kind of see how it goes into that baby blue. And then the end color is that color you see me mixing inside the video. It's the middle color mixed with conditioner to make it more pastelish. So let me do like a whole thing so you can kind of see what it looks like. This is the darker blue and then the baby blue and then the light blue at the bottom. So you can just kind of see. And then this is it from the front. And then the pieces that you see that are kind of light is just how this color, the dark color, fades. So when I touch it up, it's not going to look like this all the time, but this is just what it looks like when it's just like grown out and my color is like fading. Which blue, red, and purple are really hard colors to keep up, but as long as you like, you know, mix it with your shampoo or just make sure you keep your touch-ups like regularly, then you're good. So yeah, but yeah, this is the hair. This is your mermaid hair. And then I really like how it looks when it's curled, because you can see all the colors kind of going into each other. Then I like it straight, so I'm always going to be curling it. Oh, and I forgot the green pieces that you see me doing in the video. You should be able to see some green.